most famous physical therapist on the internet.
Hi, folks. I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together, we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
Obviously, a bit delusional too. How we're going to talk about today how to perform a Nordic hamstring curl without help.
So it came from the Northwoods.
Yeah, Nordic. That's right.
Yeah.
Norwegian is that?
I think so. Yeah. Well, it's exciting then.
Plus, we're going to do a giveaway. Which, by the way, if you're new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos how to stay healthy, fit, pay free, and we upload every day. Go to bobandbrad.com, go to the giveaway section, and you'll see we're giving away the Bob and Brad stretch out strap.
Yeah, it's very nice. I really like it.
We're going to show you a different way to use it today, but it's really good for stretching every part of the body.
Yeah, it is.
All right, you can go to Facebook. It'll be pinned to the top of the page. Go to Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok if you want a 60-second version of our program.
And now we have a podcast out there, and we have some outstanding guests and interviewers, and even Bob and I are talking on some of them.
Yeah,
so
that's
we've
right.
Got a lot of options.
A good variety. So why would you even want to do a Nordic hamstring curl? And we're going to show you what it is in just a minute.
Yeah,
it's going to keep you in
some
suspense.
People, yeah, so Nordic hamstring. Anyways,
it's what we have found, and I looked through the research, and there was a research study. I'm going to read the whole title. It's very boring.
Oh, really?
Effect of injury prevention programs that include Nordic hamstring exercise and on hamstring injury rates in soccer players. So,
which does actually coincide with recent research that we've already had on.
Yes.
Eccentric.
Right. Eccentric is the way you want to prevent injuries and also recovery from injuries.
Particularly with
eccentric
the hamstrings.
Strengthening,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So you're strengthening the muscle while you're lengthening it. So if I was to strengthen the bicep in an eccentric fashion, I would take a weight and lower it.
Right.
Not this is concentric, this is eccentric.
Right.
So, and this was a meta-analysis, which these are the best studies because they looked at lots of studies.
Sure.
And they found out the injury rate for hamstring injuries was decreased 51%.
51? That's
over
half.
That's a lot. That's significant.
Yes, it is.
So, I also found a study where it would increase your speed.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're a sprinter or you're in a sport that involves speed.
Right.
It also... we just had on, speaking of podcasts, we just had Ben Patrick on. He's the knees over toe guy.
Yeah, it's a big thing out there now.
Yeah,
everyone's talking about it.
Right. He's got some people noticing him, I guess. So he talks about increased quickness and his vertical increased.
Yeah, that was a big thing for him. He
amazing. He's 30 years old. He dunks that
30
ball.
feet in the air.
Yeah, he does. And he says it bulletproofs your knees.
Sure.
There's going to be less pain. And the final thing, I think it's a gangster routine. I mean, it's gangster. That's a young term,
Oh, is that the new? It'd be like
right?
Bonnie and Clyde gangsters.
No, it's like it's a tough guy. It's cool, cool, right? Something like that. Okay.
Yeah, then I definitely want to get in.
So I'm going to get this hooked up first, and then I'll come back and show it, and then I'll show you how we hooked it up.
Sure, you bet. Okay, we'll be right back.
All right, here we are. Quite a setup, Brad. We got a lot of different devices here, and we're going to show you what those are after I'm done doing it.
Okay.
But I'm using a stretch out strap to hold my ankles. And now if you're really strong, you might not need the assistive devices like the bands.
Right, because, I've seen... Well, be honest with you, younger people who are high-level athletes don't need all this.
But without the bands, I just collapse immediately because my hamstrings are just at 61 are not strong enough.
Right.
Now, in order to engage the hamstrings, you might bend your waist a little bit forward, and that'll kick the hamstrings in more. If you're really strong, you can go like this. But I actually, in order to engage the hamstring, I have to bend forward a little bit. And now I'm going to go and I'm going to lower myself down.
There you go. So we're just using large loop straps here and here to help compensate and adjust the resistance. So Bob's able to do it. You feel those hamstrings working, Bob?
Oh, yeah, they're working. But, I would not even be able to be close to doing this without the assistance bands.
Right.
I mean,
And you
yeah.
could, we did this before, put your hands on, just
Yeah.
do a fingertip
You
assist.
can go like this.
And you're hardly putting weight through it, but that makes
Yeah.
quite a difference, I'm assuming.
Yeah. It gives you the sense of control. You
And
know,
what about these pads here?
well, you could use pillows or
Sure.
anything, and you could take away them take them away as you get stronger.
Right.
You could use less bands.
Sure.
Like the bands we sell, there's what, 5 of them
Yeah.
now. I think there's 4
Yeah.
because they got rid of one. But there some that are just very small and thin and provide a little resistance. But so again,
Yep.
that's
So you see,
concentric too.
He's flexing the hips a little bit to compensate so he can get up. But yeah, this is an aggressive thing. If you have never done this before,
Which I haven't.
yeah, you just setting up a.
So we're going to show you now what the setup is.
Okay, good. That's
I'm gonna
just
cut off right now. Okay, so you're probably going to need something to kneel on. At least if you have old knees like me, you do. Maybe
pillow,
a pillow is
yeah.
fine, and then maybe some pillows here too to provide something to fall into in case you don't have enough resistance to lower you down.
sure.
So we got wall anchors. These are these devices right here that you can actually use for a lot of different things. And
Right.
if you look on some of our videos, you'll see us using exercise bands with it. And where are they at, Brad?
Right there.
Right there. So yeah, why don't you show them real quick, Brad?
Yeah, the typical bands that we use, and we just on there, and we can use them for.
So we have them at different
This.
levels, so you can do curls, you could do lats and everything. But now we get another use for them. Now, in addition to that, we have the stretch straps. What do you call these? Again, loops or?
I call them the large loop bands. Actually,
That's probably the best one to use.
right. We have a different term for them under ours, but you'll see they're
And they come with this metal loop clip
like a carabiner.
carabiner.
Yep.
Yep. So you can hook these into that and up there. And then finally we got the stretch out strap. And the strap I put in like a center loop,
Mm-hmm.
and then I hooked my feet into 2 loops on the sides.
Right.
And
So-
that provided the support.
Yeah. Every 6 inches or so, there's another loop, and that's one of the benefits of a stretch out strap for many options.
So again, you could start off with just the wall anchors and the stretch out strap
Right.
and see if you're able to do it. But my guess is that for most of you, even if you're young, you're going to need a loop to lower yourself down.
Yeah, unless you're pretty athletic.
Unless you're really athletic.
Yeah, and you've been working your hamstrings with other strengthening devices, possibly.
But
you said they make actual
they
devices.
make benches for this.
Yeah.
They also, people take a Olympic bar
Mm-hmm.
and they'll have weights on it on the end,
Yeah.
and they'll hook their ankles and feet underneath the bar.
Right. So you're
with-
talking about the bar that you go
Yeah.
up and do the bench or
Yeah.
the clean, the bench press.
So
or-
there's other ways to do this. I've also seen people take like a rolled towel with knots on the end of it and put it underneath the doorway and create a loop.
right.
But
It is the challenging part of this exercise is to get a setup that you feel comfortable with.
well, the other thing you could do, I mean, old school is Brad can just come down and hold my ankles.
yeah.
like
Actually, we
this.
did this. I don't know if you remember, but
Now watch how fast I go down if I don't have support. I mean, that's
that's why the pillows are
that's
there.
why the pillows are there, and that's why you would need the bands for resistance. So anyway, it's an option, and these are great things to have anyway,
Right.
for other exercises and
Mhm.
other stretches. So we're throwing it out there for you.
Right. Well, good luck with those hamstrings and some of the latest
The latest and
research
greatest
and,
in research.
and this is the gangster.
yeah, the gangster workout.
That's
I want
right.
to be a gangster. Yeah.